Okay, let's dive in. Today, we're looking closely at Psalm 82. And it opens with, well, quite a scene, doesn't it?
It really does. You've got God standing, presiding over this assembly, a divine council, essentially. And it explicitly calls them gods.
Yeah, God's, it's immediately grabs your attention.
And straight away, there's this confrontation.
Mhm.
No preamble.
Right. God challenges them directly about, how they're doing their job, or rather how they're not.
Exactly. The first words out are basically an accusation.
He asks, how long will you defend the unjust and show partiality to the wicked? Just like that.
It hits them right where it counts. It's about justice, or the lack of it.
So the core issue is fairness, protecting the wrong people.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Their power, their status, it seems, the primary expectation was justice, and they're, well, failing.
And God doesn't just leave it at criticism, right? He tells them what they should be doing.
So absolutely. There's a clear command, a job description, if you will.
What does he tell them?
He says, defend the cause of the weak and fatherless, and maintain the rights of the poor and oppressed. Very specific groups.
The vulnerable ones.
Yes. And then rescue the weak and needy, deliver them from the hand of the wicked. So it's active. It's about intervention and protection. That's the mandate.
Okay, so the standard is incredibly clear. But what's the reality according to the psalm? How are these gods actually doing?
Well, it's pretty bleak. The text says they know nothing, they understand nothing, they walk about in darkness, which is quite a statement about beings in such a position.
Ignorance and darkness, how can they possibly rule justly like that?
They can't, and that's the point, I think. Their lack of understanding isn't just like a personal flaw, it has cosmic consequences. The psalm connects it directly. All the foundations of the earth are shaken.
Wow. So their failure causes literal instability, chaos.
That's what the text implies. Their inability or refusal to understand and act justly undermines everything.
But then, right after painting this picture of failure, God says something, well, surprising about who they are.
Yes, it's almost jarring. He says, I said, you are gods. You are all sons of the Most High.
He affirms their high status, even after all the criticism. Sons of the Most High.
It acknowledges their appointment, their origin, their potential, maybe. They were given this significant position by God himself.
But that affirmation hangs in the air for only a second, doesn't it? Because what comes next is just boom.
Exactly. The contrast is immediate and brutal. Right after saying, you are gods, he says, but you will die like mere men. You will fall like every other ruler.
Like mere men, that's the punchline. All that status, gods, sons of the Most High.
Gone. It means nothing in the face of their injustice. They face the same fate as any corrupt human ruler. Mortality, downfall.
So, high calling offers zero protection from consequences if you fail the core mission.
That seems to be the unavoidable message here. Accountability cuts through status.
And how does the psalm wrap up? Do these gods get a chance to fix things?
No, it seems past that point. The focus shifts entirely. The plea isn't to them anymore, it's to God himself.
Right. What does it say?
Rise up, O God, judge the earth, for all the nations are your inheritance.
So the ultimate hope for justice isn't in these delegated authorities anymore. It's back with God.
Yes. It suggests that true, reliable justice ultimately comes from the top. The Most High will enact it.
Thinking about this whole arc, you have these powerful beings called gods, given a clear job, protect the vulnerable. They fail, walk in darkness, cause chaos, and despite their title, face judgment like anyone else. How does that specific story resonate with you listening now, thinking about power and responsibility today?
It really makes you consider accountability, doesn't it, on any level?
Yeah.
If even beings designated sons of the Most High are held to this standard, this duty towards the oppressed and needy, and face such a stark judgment for failing, well, what does that suggest?
It suggests that titles, status, power, they don't exempt anyone.
Right. Maybe true authority isn't just about position, but about fulfilling that responsibility to justice. And perhaps neglecting the vulnerable, no matter who you are, carries an inevitable and serious cost. Something to reflect on.